let's jump into this. Because this one I saw that it's in Atozy video. I saw this and I've seen other people making small videos about this, so I'm very curious. And this may fall into what I've been saying in my videos previously, because this is about a follow-up on Nicocado. And from what I've been seeing, from what people have been commenting on, there may be more going on here with his return than meets the eye. So, hang on. Fuck, what is going on here? Ah, there it goes. There. Wait. The fuck? God damn it. Oh, this is killing me, Smalls. This is freaking killing me. Hang on. God damn. Ugh. And, Quibbles. Oh, God. Okay, I'll call you Quibbles. Hi, Quibbles. Thank you for the follow. Alright. Let me... Can I refresh? Hang on. I've got to be able to refresh this. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Alright. So this is a follow-up to... this is a follow-up to Nicocado's return. And apparently there's more here than meets the eye, which has me interested. And hi, Darkwing. And Bobcat, hi. And kids, I like quibbles and fools. Ah, ah. Quibbles and gits. Ah, quibbles and gits and gits and gits. Okay. Yeah, so I'm really curious about this because from the thumbnails I've been seeing for other videos, like shorter videos about this, it sounds like Nicocado is pulled another fast one. Like basically his whole weight loss thing is, I don't know if it's a lie or what, but I'm curious. I'm curious, so let's check this out and see what's going on.
Don't believe everything you're told, including from me! And yet, y'all believed it.
It's safe to say a lot has been added to the Nicocado avocado lore in the last week. I know, I just talked about it in my last video, but new information has came out from an old privated video of his that is now leaked. And this really shows that he wasn't actually 2 steps ahead. He was more or less just kind of winging it, and it's worked out extremely well in his favor. But to catch everyone up to speed, Nicocado Avocado, one of the largest mukbang channels on the internet, he vanished earlier this year with his last video being extremely depressing. He had this long rant how he threw away all of his health and his life to eat for views on the internet. Then the creator Sunny V2 had a viral video covering this last week. Then a couple days later, Nicocado returns extremely skinny. It seems like he went through this full-on factory reset and completely deleted all the updates where he was fat. Apologies for the blue screen scare, but since then, all of his posts has essentially been like, I am a mastermind. I am 2 steps ahead. I masterminded all of this. Look at me. Which, I mean, congratulations, dude. You are the mastermind of your own life. We all are. And don't get me wrong, I am extremely happy for him for losing all that weight. I mean, he probably added so many years to his life by doing that transformation. Here are some of these posts that he's been posting to give you guys.
You mean watching my YouTube pro? Well, Quibbles, I hope you enjoy the live version just as much as you enjoy the YouTube videos, so. Oh, Bobcat, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. It sucks.
Guys a little bit of an idea.
Now, here we go.
2 steps ahead.
Garb, yeah, and completely off topic of Nicocado. Yeah, that's the thing about Ubisoft, they won't refund you. Hence why I always say, don't pre-order. Never pre-order. Especially from Ubisoft, because they, the reason why they don't sell on Steam, first off, is because of the refund capability.
I'm always
And yeah.
2 steps ahead.
Yeah, Wolfie, I'm gonna be watching that tomorrow, because it only just came out an hour ago. Yes, do not pre-order from anybody, Pack Pro. Exactly. What the hell? What the fuck is...
So for those of you guys who don't know, the reason he's just prolonging this video to a little bit over a minute by dancing, to get paid on TikTok, you need to have a video longer than 1 minute. That's how you activate the monetization system, I guess, for a video. But he's also going, look at me, guys. You were all wrong. You all said I was going to die a fat person. Now I'm skinny. So also, it's funny. And this is why it has 116 million views on TikTok. That is outrageous. That is crazy. Nicocado avocado is one of the biggest things to happen this year now with these kinds of views. This one has 19 million views. He's still just rubbing it in with emotes on TikTok. Good for him.
Okay. Put some music over this, man. At least put some music over this.
I'm not even mad. The top comment is, we need to see Orland now. And I agree. If he did that transformation, that would be crazy as well.
2 steps ahead.
Now, this is creepy. That was creepy. Like, yeah.
Okay. But then to add to all this, he also uploaded a video on his 3rd YouTube channel titled 2 Steps Ahead. The truth was in front of you the entire time. And here he shows this infamous clip that we actually covered in my last video and in a video of mine a little over 2 years ago.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment I've come to know. Certainly the greatest social experiment of my entire life.
Okay, and Atozy already said this before about this, and he's 100% correct. Nicocado is not 2 steps ahead of everybody. He is not, because 2 steps ahead would imply that he's already pre-planned stuff out to head off something at the pass. So, you know, so when something happens, he's already ahead of it before the public can even react to it. Where this is just, he basically pulled a...
Gotcha, bitch!
That's it. That is it. He literally just pulled a gotcha. So this is not like 2 steps ahead. Did he pull one over on the internet? Yes. Yes, he did. Did he pull one over by preloading, you know, a shit ton of old videos and posting that for 2 years while he lost the weight and got skinny? Yes. Yes, he did. I will absolutely not take that away from him. He did pull a gotcha. Is he some evil criminal mastermind where he's 2 steps ahead by doing this? No. No, he's not. Because he didn't get out in front of anything and head it off before it could happen because he knew it was going to happen. That he didn't do that. He, like, okay, the argument could be made, yeah, he knew people would make fun of his weight, and so he continued posting videos of him being fat, knowing people would make fun of him being fat, and then you post a video, all of a sudden, I'm that bitch is not skinny, and it will be a gotcha. I'm sorry, that's not 2 steps ahead, though. You know, to quote a not so famous line from a movie, honestly, that I find underrated, from the A-Team. You know, meeting you know, thinking ahead is not a plan. Meeting an enemy's move 2 steps ahead, that's a plan. or meeting an enemy's move before it's even made, that's a plan. So, this is not his 2 steps ahead is not the own that he's kind of making it out to be. He's got the gotcha. Sure. I give him that, absolutely. But 2 steps ahead, no. Now he's just trying to do, like, some, again, it's that villain arc thing that I still don't like. And, and that's just me. Plenty of people seem to love it. I don't like this villain arc shit that he's doing. And Sleepy Snow, thank you for the follow and welcome. Yes, Gribbles. Like, I liked the 18. I thought the 18 was a hell of a lot of fun. I thought the cast did a great job. It was a fun movie, 100%.
It's alluring. It's compelling. It's gripping. To bear witness, to observe all these unwell, unbalanced, disoriented beings roam the internet.
He's being so vague here. Things will make a little bit more sense later on. But to call all of this a social experiment is very interesting, because it really just goes to show you, like, how far someone will go for views and attention on the internet. I mean,
and by the way, him saying that it was a social experiment, because I'm guessing that video that he made, where he did the one in 2022, where he said that this is the greatest social experiment of all time, that is probably before he actually went on his weight loss journey and then had all that back catalog he was ready to start firing off the YouTube every several weeks or every month or two. So that video was probably the last, like, live, current video that he had before he started using his, I guess, what could be considered B-roll or back catalog. But here's the thing. He can say it's a social experiment all he wants. Doesn't necessarily make it true. Like, I think he could have very well have fallen into the trap of being a YouTuber and mukbanging and getting paid shit tons of money for it, and it got out of control. Yeah, Corey, Falcon is back. Yeah, Falcon came back yesterday. Okay, Bobcat, I'll see you after shift. But, yeah, he can say that, he can say that it's a social experiment all he wants. The problem is, I think he did fall into the YouTube trap, where he got paid shit tons of money for the mukbanging, and it just, no pun intended, the lifestyle ate him up, and he kept doing it, and realized, oh shit, things are, eventually he realized, okay, I've got to make a change, this is going horribly for me, and decided to make a change, and thought, okay, how can I use this to my advantage? And went, I'll call it a social experiment. And then I'll look like a fucking genius. And so back in 2022, and then in 2024, when he came back, a couple weeks ago, he's calling it a social experiment. Do I think that was his plan from the get-go? No. No, I do not. I do not think that this was a plan of his from the very beginning. Yeah, Elquis, or Eloquis. Yeah, it feels like I was only pretending to be X. So, I don't honestly believe that this, like, him gaining 250 pounds, becoming morbidly obese, having a heart attack, being physically unhealthy, was a social experiment. No, I'm sorry, I don't buy it. Him saying it was a social experiment feels like essentially a marketing ploy to make him sound more clever than he actually was. He doesn't want to admit he lost control and has gained back control. He wants it to make it seem like, oh, I was always in control. And, like, don't you feel stupid for believing that I was out of control? That's what this feels like, honestly. Now, who knows? Maybe we'll see something that will contradict everything that I've just said. But that's what it feels like.
He ate himself to the point to where it must have been extremely dangerous for his own health. Thankfully, he's now lost it all, but he did this all for his YouTube career, it seems like. Or actually, no, this was actually a side effect of his YouTube career, considering his YouTube career consisted of him eating 3,000 plus calories in one sitting in front of a camera. No wonder you're going to put on the weight, especially if you don't have a rigorous training program after that, or have the extremely toxic habit of purging afterwards. But that'll give you a whole different set of horrific consequences.
And Sir Willis, thank you for the follow.
There's just no way to have a healthy life if your career is eating 3,000, 5,000, or even more calories in one sitting while filming yourself for YouTube. And I feel like 3,000 to 5,000 calories is actually underestimated.
And the Majester! Thank you for the Mad Jester. Thank you for the follow also. Boom. Wow, we're having a hard time keeping up with you guys. Thank you guys.
How much he was actually eating, because some of these videos are just insane.
In search of stories. In search of
That's it right there.
Of
he's got something like 5 different channels, but it's all under this name. You can find it just by doing a YouTube search for this name.
Of rivalries where people develop a distinctive desire.
He's just describing
engagement,
news, media, commentary, just like
involved with the stories, and therefore become product of influence.
People are interested in what's currently going on. That's been a thing forever. He's just describing that like a supervillain.
Time unspent.
See? Yeah. Like, this is, like, the beginning of that. And, you know, someone in my comments section on YouTube was actually kind of, like, arguing with me about this. And it's like, okay. Like, this is, like, when I say, well, sadistic, yeah, it probably has. Like, when he loses that much weight, the voice probably will change, because there's a change of pressure on the vocal cords when you lose the fat. So, you know, he's got all this extra weight, all this fat here that is altering his the positioning of his vocal cords. So when he loses all that, yes, his voice did change because of that reason. But it's like, you know, let me just point this out. Like, what I say about Nicocado here is my opinion. This is my opinion based upon my observations that I'm seeing. It is not you must agree with me on this. It is simply that this is the reason why I do the reacts. I have an opinion on the content being presented, and I'm going to express my opinion on that. Whether or not you agree with my opinion or not, completely up to you. And totally cool. Plenty of people disagree with my opinions, and I'm totally fine with that. I'm not going to, you know, jump down anyone's throat or disparage them because their opinion is differing from mine. And my opinion about Nicocado is, excuse me, I do not, school, my goodness, excuse me, swallowed funny there. Hang on. Oh, swallowed funny. My opinion on Nicocado's return from when we saw it is I did not like how she did not acknowledge anyone that supported him, and kind of in his statements sort of just blanket called I know. He just sort of blanket called everyone ants. And was like talking down to everyone in public. And some people said like, well, no, he you know, he wasn't necessarily talking to his supporters. He was talking to his detractors. And it's like, okay, you can make that argument, but has yet, especially in his return video, he did not say one thing in regards to the people that have been supporting him and encouraging him to get healthy, and we'd be happy to see him getting healthy. All he said is, I'm watching you all like ants, and I am like some big overlord god watching over ants. Not once did he mention the people that supported him. And I'm sorry, omission does not equal he was not talking to them. Omitting referring to them at all does not mean that they were not lumped into the ants thing. It doesn't. You know, when you are a content creator and you have fans, your fans that support you, if you go through a tough time as a content creator, if you go through a very difficult and trying time and you come back victorious, you acknowledge the people of your community that supported you. Because they are the reason why you are able to make a living on this content creation. Hey, Corey, thank you for the tier 3 for 4 months. For a 4th month. Thank you, Corey. My guy. I love you, Corey. When you know, if you do not acknowledge the people in your community that have supported you, even when you were going through very difficult times, that community that supported you is gonna go, okay, well, if he's just gonna, if the content creator that I've been, like, cheering on and hoping they do better doesn't come back and, like, act like they even appreciate it, why the fuck should I care anymore? Because that is the relationship dynamic between content creator and community. You as a content creator need to acknowledge your community that supports you. And if you don't, you're going to lose that community. This is why I do my damnedest to try and keep up with things that are being said in chat, why I always will, try and thank everybody that is supporting me through either subs or bits or donos or whatever. Even when you guys break me down so I'm crying my eyes out, I'm still gonna try and keep up with it because it's important to me that my community knows I appreciate everything that they do. That a big part of why I do what I do is for my community. My community is a big reason why I stream. And I mean, this is me. I'm speaking like before May, I couldn't say this. I am a content creator. For the life of me, I honestly never thought I would actually refer to myself in that way. I am a content creator. So I finally have at least a teeny bit of authority in being able to speak about this. And I will say that you need to acknowledge your community when they support you. Especially when you're going through a hard time and you've got a lot of people dumping on you. Your community that still supports you and has your back the entire time, you need to acknowledge that. You need to let them know how much you appreciate their support. Because they are the reason why you're able to do what you do. And he has not done that yet. Nick has not, to my knowledge, Nick has not done that yet. And I find that's a problem. It Quibbles, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you for the subby. Appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying yourself. So yeah, that's my take. People have argued me with this in comments on my YouTube channels. That's my feeling on it. That's Enix, I'm not a YouTuber. I went over this yesterday. I'm not a YouTuber. I am lewd. I can be lewd, but I am not a YouTuber, and it is not all that I am.
From lackluster lifestyles, spoiling their minds while stimulating them at the exact same time. It's brilliant. But it's also dangerous.
Yes, I'm sure.
Why does silence get so loud?
Has been positioned to where I'm monitoring.
Wait, hang on. I think I missed something here.
Dangerous. It's dangerous.
Can't even understand him.
Why does silence get so loud?
Has been positioned to where I'm monitoring ants on an ant farm.
Dude, you eat like 5,000.
There you go. Again. Again. He's calling all of his community ants. I'm sorry. I hate that. I do. Bor? So I will tell you, the person who inspired me to start streaming as a VTuber is Alana. Smug Alana. She is the one who inspired me to start streaming as a VTuber and doing what I do. So that is who inspired me. But yeah, I mean, there you go. Blanket statement from Nick. It's like I'm lording over an ant farm. Thank you, Cosmic. You know, he's putting all of his community, whether or not they are bashing at him or fervently supporting him and begging him to be better, he's lumping them all into ants. And I'm sorry, I don't like that. For the exact reasons I just expounded upon for the last 5 or 10 minutes. Encryptic, thank you for the prime. For converting your, for the tier 1. Thank you for the tier 1. Converted from prime to tier 1. Thank you. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly, Kaibo. That is like, Beard is probably the definitive positive mukbanger because he does mukbangs. He effectively does do mukbangs, but he also focuses on staying in shape. He doesn't go overboard with it. He's friendly with everybody. He is the sweetest man. Like, he's the anti-Nicocado. He is 100% the anti-Nicocado. Nicocado could learn more than a few things from Beard. Is he going to? I don't know. Does he even know who Beard is? No clue. But that's where we're at with this.
1,000 calories, film it and upload it to YouTube. What are you talking about? I'm now monitoring my ants in an ant farm, or my audience is like ants in an ant farm.
Yep.
One follows another.
Yep.
Follows
See?
another. Follows another. It's mesmerizing. It's enthralling. It's spellbinding. Just look at all these consumers. All of these lost.
Hey, Nick? You want to go label your community as consumers? Guess what, Nick? You're the fucking product. You are the product. Yeah, he does have followers at Tanashi. I'm sure he's got followers. But he's conveniently forgetting he is the product of these consumers that he is insulting with these statements and calling ants. Like, maybe he's got some kind of an angle here that I'm not seeing. But right now, this is a horrible way to try and, return and cultivate your community. Honestly. Like, at this stage, he was still morbidly obese. So I could ascribe this to he was in a depressive state. And maybe that's why he's making these statements, because he was in a depressive state because of his weight. I could actually buy that. But he's doing he did the same goddamn thing after he lost the weight. Yeah, I mean, what Barb, it's like, he doesn't need to do that because Nick's weight was a big point of contention for the entire community and the internet. So, like, him taking a victory lap after coming back and losing all that weight, I have no issue with that. 100%, I would support him taking a victory lap. And, like, slamming his detractors. Saying, like, I got you guys. I was ahead of you. I got you. Like, I'm totally cool with that. But he's lumping all of his supporters into that same category. That's where I got a problem. It's basically him acting like his supporters mean nothing. And I'm sorry, I have a big problem with that.
And bored. People.
Wait, hang on.
And bored. All of these lost and bored people consuming anything that they're told to consume. I am
Really?
the villain. If I make myself one.
I am the villain if I make myself one. Yep, pretty sure that's how that works. I'm trying to see where you're going with this.
Well, this was also 2022, when Hollywood was well into its we're going to make every villain a misunderstood hero. So, that begs the question, was Nick influenced by Hollywood making this turn of, especially with Disney, making every villain a misunderstood hero? Because that's what Disney's doing. There is no such thing as a villain anymore. And so is he, like, thinking, I'm going to be a villain and people are going to love me because people love villains now because they're really just misunderstood heroes or anti-heroes? Like, yeah, well, Maleficent was back before Disney really put their head down and barreled into the DEI shit. Yeah, it's... Drysdale, like, I hear that a lot. He's Juilliard trained. He's Juilliard trained as a musician. Now, I don't know if he's Juilliard trained as an actor. I have no idea if any of his time at Juilliard was spent doing acting or if it was music, because my knowledge is that he is 100% a musician and and I have no idea if he studied acting at Juilliard, if that was part of his curriculum or not. So I don't know. Granted, he is an artist. He is a musical artist, and all artists tend to be theatrical, musician or no. But, I don't know. Victor, we are just checking out the continuation of Nicocado. That's what you missed. We're continuing with the Nicocado story. And yeah, sadistic. But at this point, I have to wonder if he basically fucked this I'm a villain arc thing from fucking Disney, thinking that, hey, villains are hot right now. They're the misunderstood heroes. Maybe I'll go with that. You have to wonder if that's where he grabbed it from. I don't know.
But I guess this is the opening monologue of an hour-long video titled 2 Steps Ahead, the truth was in front of you the entire time. And don't worry, we're not watching the whole thing. We're just watching the introduction.
And people will consume these stories year after year after year.
Because people want to know what's currently going on.
Stories that shock, that confuse, stories that are deliberately made to blur the boundaries between fact and fiction. Stories that permeate, infect, and linger in the minds of the ants.
Okay. Again, the
Influence
fucking
the
ants.
Brainwash the ants. You are the ant.
Hell yeah.
Again, to everyone saying he's not calling his supporters ants, Where is he not? This is the third fucking time in this little introduction video alone where he is called everybody watching content on the internet ants. No, he wasn't wearing a fat suit, Kaibo. He was not wearing a fat suit. He's done so many videos in just a swimsuit, it's not a fat suit. Hi, ACDC. I'm sorry, anybody that wants to try and say, like, oh no, he's not lumping his supporters in here, 3 times he's called literally everybody watching content on the internet ants. I'm sorry, the argument does not hold weight anywhere. It doesn't. Yeah, he's made it very clear he considers himself far above the ants. He considers himself a human and everyone on the internet consuming content to be ants. He's like, this is God complex shit. This is 100% God complex shit right now. And like Kaibo, there were a lot of people that were supporting him, encouraging him to get healthy, like for his entire run when he was getting fat and losing his shit. And he's calling them ants. He's lumping them in with everyone else. He's calling them ants. Because he wants to do this fucking villain arc for reasons. At this point, it is for reasons, because I can't think of a good reason to do it.
Let's get it.
I woke up this morning to money deposited into my account.
Good
Okay.
for you.
Simply not doing something. For simply not going through with something. People are the most fucked up creatures on this planet.
What?
And you will continue to consume. You know?
Wait. He just said he got paid money for not doing anything. No clue what the hell that is. I don't know. Did he say, I'm not going to do a mukbang or something? I don't know what. I have no idea what that's referencing. People gave him money and immediately just said, people are fucked up. Like, dude, this is how you're making your money. You are insulting the very people paying you money. Like, I want to hear that again. Hang on.
And planet are the most fucked up going through with something. For simply not doing something. For simply not going through with something.
So he got paid because, I'm guessing, he did not do a mukbang. People probably were like begging him to stop doing it because they were worried about his health. He didn't do it, and he got money from that. However the methodology was. I don't know if this was YouTube, I don't know if this was Twitch, I don't know if this is TikTok, I don't know what platform this is on. So people were basically begging him and paying him not to go through the mukbang so he'd be healthy.
People are the most fucked up creatures on this planet.
And now he's insulting those people. Hi, Robospartan. Yeah. Exactly, Quibble. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of a lot of people in his community were supportive and encouraging him to try and lose the weight. A lot of them. And he's now insulting them. He's fucking insulting them. Like, what the fuck? Rebel, watching the continuation of Nicocado. Exactly. Exactly, Eki. If anybody is fucked up in this situation, it's him.
And you will continue to consume. And I'll continue to be 2 steps ahead.
It's interesting that he's highlighting this so much because, I mean, like, at the time here, he's a guy who sits and eats a lot of food for a living, posts it to the internet, it gets watched by very many people, and here he's like, you are ants for watching me. Yes, I see that's part of his character, but it's just a super villain arc.
Today.
And again, if this is a character, so remember, I talked about this before, where you had Nicocado, the person, and then you had his character, Nicocado, the dumbass fat guy, who was acting like a schizo freak. You know, that apparently supposedly was a character. So now he has a villain character? It's like, why the fuck should I believe anything from Nicocado? Why should I believe anything he says? Because at this point, I don't. You know, he did the gotcha where he lost the weight. Fine. There's obviously no arguing with that. But why should I believe anything coming from him is genuine at this point? Because I don't. If this is another character that he's doing, that he's going to just come on and say, oh, sorry, yeah, I'm just kidding. This isn't actually the real me. Sorry, don't believe it. I don't believe it anymore. He's going to say, oh, if he comes out and says, oh, it was just a character, it's him backpedaling and eating shit because he's taking heat for this fucking villain arc. And people are going, you're an asshole. We hate you now because every one of us that supported you, you're treating like shit. Bye-bye. And, you know, and he'll come out and say, well, I was just kidding. I was just doing a character. I'm sorry, no one's going to believe anything. Yeah, like, Nico doesn't seem to have been there for a while, leading a vegan lifestyle and being healthy. There's something going to the sort of villain mindset. Something had to have snapped inside him, psychologically speaking. Yeah, it's called money. Abyss. He saw how much money he was making on YouTube doing these mukbangs and just leaned into it, and it went out of control. I'd have no trouble believing this new Nick villain is character. As I've said, his ants monologue is the stuff of wrestling heel promos he made. Yeah, fair enough, rat bastard. And hi, yard dog. Just watch, you'll catch up really quick.
Watching me. Yes, I see that's a part of his
And
character, but it's just a super villain arc.
Today, I thought it would be a splendid
Ice
idea
don't kill her.
to go out and get some food and film it for you. Gee, are you surprised? Have you forgotten the story?
What?
Are you
Story?
not paying attention? After all, you're here to consume, are you not?
What the fuck have you... Nick, we're consuming content. You've been consuming thousands of calories for years and turning yourself into a bloated, unhealthy mess. Pot, meat, kettle. Nice. Fuck me.
Oh, man. Okay.
And here we go.
So, like,
And then the
that's the
panda head
cut.
bullshit.
and then he cuts into, I guess, like, the...
Jim, you know what? I wonder. When Nicocado made this video with him wearing the panda head, do you know what I kind of wondered? How did Genie from NXR react when he did this? I would love to know. I should go on her stream and find out. I would love to know how Genie from NXR reacted when he did this video with the panda head, because she's got one of these. And for those of you that don't know, Genie is one half of the duo of NXR Plays, which unfortunately YouTube nuked their fucking channel from orbit a couple months ago. But Genie was always known as the Panda Queen. That was how she was known. Her handle is actually Patastic P. She has a Twitch channel if you want to go check it out sometime. But she actually has like 1 or 2 of these panda heads. So I have to wonder, when she found out about this, how did she react? Yes, Kanito, YouTube absolutely did. Yes, they did. I've ranted on that before. So I kind of wonder. I mean, obviously I'm not going to find out because they can't post anything on YouTube anymore. So I'm just kind of curious what her reaction was when she saw Nicocado doing this with the panda head.
Opening of his new video, right? Okay, so this was the old video from 2022. That was his introduction right there.
Woke up from it.
Corey! Thank you, Corey! I don't know why I chose anonymous, but thank you! Thank you so much. You didn't have to, you know. But thank you.
A very long dream. And I also woke up having lost 250 pounds off of my body. Yet just yesterday,
Okay.
people were calling me fat and sick and boring and irrelevant.
I don't think bored.
I honestly don't think anybody called him boring or irrelevant. I honestly don't recall anybody saying that. Clues user for a second. If someone were bringing sole lawsuit against him for fraud, because this sounds much like a case of false advertising, if you're advertising self-channeling content is one thing, while at the same time having it to be for something else behind the scenes, he might be liable for releasable fraud. Andrea, I very seriously doubt it. Because one thing you also have to remember, this is entertainment. YouTube is 100% entertainment. So the chances of anybody being able to file any kind of a civil suit for fraud in an entertainment environment where he tricked the audience like this would die in court. It would go nowhere. Because he honestly did not commit fraud. He was advertising his channel as content to something, but it's entertainment. So it's not bound by the same definitions of fraud that people colloquially think as fraud. If he had advertised something saying, if he had done like something on a channel where he said, if you follow my weight loss guidelines, I guarantee you're gonna lose weight. Maybe you might have a case, but him doing this villain arc and getting skinny act, no, I don't think there's no case for fraud here because it is entertainment.
Boring or irrelevant would strike me as words to describe Nicocado at all.
Exactly,
Creatures
Atozy.
on the entire planet.
Okay, so this is like a parody of that last monologue.
2 steps ahead.
No, I would know, Atozy. No, I'm gonna disagree. This is not a parody of it. It is a rehashing. He's basically retelling his villain monologue from 2022. It is not parody. Not at all. This is him basically retelling it as after he's gotten skinny again. In an effort to emphasize what he said the first time. This is not parody in any way.
Okay, so and then it like kind of like scales into this video, right? So what we saw earlier was the introduction to this video. And then, you know, he just goes to Fat Burger, buys a bunch of food.
Cheapers creepers. Okay, peasants. Peasants, gather around. It's time to watch the king eat while you sit and starve and eat air.
The one thing you can't take away from him is he is entertaining
Okay.
in his own ways. Like, the dude's an entertainer. The reason we made this video is because, I guess, back in the day, after he posted this first monologue that we just watched, the introduction, people were apparently upset with that monologue. So he made a response video on his private Twitter account at the time. And I guess someone screen recorded it and posted it to the internet. That video did not get any views until now recently. It seems like a bunch of people got it recommended, including myself. And this really changes a lot because now we get to see him reflecting to that video 2 years ago.
I'm having a bad day. Hi, internet world. It's me, Nicocado Avocado. And let me tell you why I'm upset. It's actually your fault. Last month,
Right.
YouTube video, and I said, I'm 2 steps ahead. My life on the internet is a big social experiment. And what was the result of making that video? Y'all believed it. You freaking believed it. Someone made a TikTok that got 57 million views. That says, Nicocado breaks character. I saw another one today, had 13 million views. Nicocado's played us all, he's an evil genius. Oh my God. I literally typed that out. It's not even real. Does it look like I actually acted out gaining 250 pounds? Gaining 250 pounds? I just acted out. This is all just an act. Let me just rip off my fat suit. I can't believe my eyes. Uneducated and just easily tricked people are. This is so ironic that wasn't even real. Gaining.
Called it. Did I not call this? At the very beginning, did I not fucking call this? Told you. Character. Another fucking character. And that's all I gotta say.
Wait for clicks and to fool people? Oh, trust me, you don't mean that much. I don't care about you that much. I really don't. I'm gonna waste 6 years of my life gaining weight to entertain you. I don't think so. He breaks character. We've all been played by this evil genius. Oh my God. I literally typed up a Batman monologue and read it on camera. I'm scared for society, actually.
I love this because it shows that he was winging it. I mean, he was winging it, and that was a genius.
Here's the problem though. How do we know that's not a character too? This is exactly what I was saying. I called it when we were watching the first one. Hey, this is just another fucking character. He's gonna backpedal on this thing. How can we believe a fucking thing he says? And, like, maybe from an entertainment... excuse me. From an entertainment perspective, for Nick, maybe it doesn't matter that whether or not you can believe him. People may just watch him for the entertainment factor alone. But I called this. It was a character. Like, I said it. It's his villain character. He said this TikTok came out back in 2022 after he posted his villain arc thing. So, but it went like unseen and now it's resurfaced. So it's I'm sorry, what more is there to say? He's, and even in this freaking rant of his, like, how he's still insulting his fucking community base that gives him money. He's still making the same mistakes.
Cheer 100. I think he got into the comment that were bad-mouthing him too much and changed him.
So it is entirely possible. It's entirely possible that he looked at the comments, went, oh shit, this is not playing out the way I thought it did, and quickly put together this TikTok where he's like, I was just fucking with you. It was a character. Because again, why should I believe anything he says? Why should I believe anything he says? Why should his community believe anything he says? Now, whether or not believing what he says makes a difference to his community and his supporters, I don't know. It's up to them. They have to make that call. He very well could have created this TikTok after he posted that video, because this was posted, he did create this TikTok after he posted that video. How long after? Don't know. He could have posted this TikTok video 2 days after his villain arc video. Like the original Fat Villain arc video. Because I guarantee you probably got a lot of traction in comments. And he may have seen a lot of people saying, dude, you're being an asshole right now. And he may have gone, I better backtrack on this. And thus made this. To go, I was fucking with you. That was a character. But he's still calling all the people that support it idiots. You know, he's still with this TikTok video calling people that are supporting him idiots. That still hasn't changed. So what's the through line here? The through line is all of the people that are offering him support and encouragement to get healthy and well, he thinks are idiots. He is not acknowledging them in any way. He's getting money from these people. He's not acknowledging it in any way. How long do you think that's going to last? Yeah, exactly. Barb, exactly. And this is true for every single content creator. Without your audience, or in case of Twitch streamers, without your community, you are nothing. You are just someone speaking into the void that no one wants to hear. So yeah, I don't believe this. I don't buy it. I do not believe this is genuine right here. I don't think the villain arc is genuine, but I don't think this is genuine either. Like, there's something going on up here that ain't right. And I cannot believe anything he says.
Monologue and read it on camera. I'm scared for society, actually.
I love this because
so am I, but not for the same
now,
reasons.
He was winging it. I mean, he was winging it, and that was a genius way to wing it.
You don't know that he is.
Being the perfect way to spin him losing all that weight, which it was. I mean, he couldn't have executed on that better. Bravo to Nicocado Avocado.
No, don't give him the bravos for that.
This video was a part of being 2 steps ahead. Who knows? We never know with him. That's what kind of makes it entertaining as well.
Okay, I'm a little afraid. Y'all need to go to school, learn something. Think outside the box. Don't believe everything you're told, including from me. And yet y'all believed it. That's actually scary.
All right, so the question is then, did he wing it or is he...
Oh, Moros, I'm sorry. Moros, if you want to give it a try, dump your cookies on your browser. Dump your cookies and refresh the stream. Maybe that might fix it. You can give that a try. Hello, Manic. Stream is going well. And the wild... I hope it's not the wild sheep. Or sheppy. Thank you for the follow.
2 steps ahead and he's a massive mastermind. I think it was one of the most well-executed winging it moments that we've seen on YouTube, at least this year, for a long time. But I guess we're also talking about Nicocado Avocado, so it's hard to tell. I just wanted to make this quick video with the update of what's currently going on with the Nicocado Avocado situation. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to check out my mats at Mad.City. Link will be down in the description down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Okay, well, I'm definitely glad I've watched that. Because, for that TikTok alone at the end. Because right now, I give Nicocado kudos on 2 things. So yeah, when it comes to Nicocado, I give him credit for 2 things alone at this point. I give him credit for fooling the internet into them not realizing that he's been on a very effective exercise and diet regimen to get himself thin again. And tricking the internet into him not realizing he lost weight. And I give him kudos for actually losing the weight and shedding that 250 pounds and looking, from a physical health standpoint, looking excellent. Those are the 2 things I will give him credit for only. That's it. The rest of it, like his villain arc shit and all that, nope. now I'm at the point where it's like, no, I'm not gonna even say, you know, okay, yeah, it's deserved at this point, because it's all it all feels like it's a lie.